What if tomorrow morning, the news changes everything, and you've got 10 minutes to grab every gun you own and walk out that door forever? No supply chains, no replacement parts, no second chance. Most people's collection would fail within a month. These 10 won't. I ranked them by one rule, and number 1 is the most debated gun in America. This video is for educational purposes only and does not promote harm or unsafe use of firearms. Number 10. Glock 19 Gen 5. The Glock 19 Gen 5 is the kind of pistol people reach for when comfort stops mattering and survival becomes the priority. If war started tomorrow, this handgun would instantly dominate because it combines everything civilians actually need in a crisis: durability, simplicity, firepower, and trust under pressure. Decades of military, law enforcement, and defensive use built the Glock 19's reputation long before the Gen 5 improvements arrived. The updated versions simply sharpened an already battle-proven formula. The redesigned grip feels more natural under stress, while the improved barrel and smoother trigger make fast, accurate shooting easier in chaotic situations. Under recoil, the pistol tracks predictably and returns to target quickly, which matters when adrenaline destroys fine motor skills. But the real strength of the Glock 19 Gen 5 is reliability in ugly conditions: dirt, rain, rough handling, extended firing schedules. This pistol keeps functioning when weaker handguns begin failing. Compact enough to carry daily, yet large enough to fight confidently, the Glock 19 Gen 5 represents exactly what Americans would need if the world suddenly turned violent overnight. Number 9. SIG Sauer P365 XMacro. The SIG Sauer P365 XMacro proves that modern survival pistols no longer need to sacrifice capacity for concealment. If war started tomorrow, mobility would matter just as much as firepower. And that's exactly where the XMacro becomes incredibly dangerous. This pistol carries 17 rounds in a slim, highly concealable frame, while still shooting with the control of a much larger handgun. In unpredictable situations where movement, concealment, and rapid response all become critical, that balance could mean everything. The integrated compensator helps flatten recoil dramatically, allowing fast follow-up shots even under stress and fatigue. The grip texture locks firmly into the hand, while the trigger delivers a clean break and quick reset that supports aggressive defensive shooting. But what truly makes the XMacro valuable in a wartime scenario is versatility. It's compact enough for constant carry, durable enough for heavy use, and modern enough to support optics for faster target acquisition in chaotic environments. Reliability has also become one of the platform's strongest qualities, with the pistol proving itself through demanding defensive and tactical use. In 2026, the P365 XMacro represents a new generation of fighting handgun. Small enough to disappear, but powerful enough to dominate when survival becomes the only mission. Number 8. Smith & Wesson Model 686 Plus. The Smith & Wesson Model 686 Plus feels like the kind of revolver built for the moment society stops feeling safe. If war started tomorrow and supply chains collapsed, magazines failed, or ammunition quality became unpredictable, the 686 Plus would still remain terrifyingly dependable. That's the advantage of a combat-grade revolver designed around mechanical certainty instead of complexity. Chambered in taut, .357 Magnum, and carrying 7 rounds, this revolver delivers brutal stopping power with the kind of reliability modern semi-autos sometimes struggle to match under extreme conditions. The stainless steel frame feels massively overbuilt, absorbing recoil with a heavy, controlled push that keeps the gun manageable even during rapid defensive shooting. The trigger action is smooth and deliberate, allowing accurate shots under stress whether fired double action or single action. But what truly makes the 686 Plus valuable in a wartime scenario is trust. There are no magazines to damage, no slides to jam, and no complicated systems demanding perfect maintenance. Pull the trigger, and the revolver answers. In uncertain times where survival matters more than trends, the Smith & Wesson 686 Plus becomes more than just a handgun. It becomes a last-line defensive weapon built to outlive chaos itself. Number 7. Arex Delta Gen 2M. The Arex Delta Gen 2M feels like a pistol designed specifically for harsh realities instead of comfortable range days. If war started tomorrow, flashy features would stop mattering fast, and survival would depend on firearms that simply refuse to fail. That's exactly where the Delta Gen 2M earns respect. Built with rugged military-inspired engineering, this handgun combines lightweight mobility with serious combat-level reliability. The frame feels durable without becoming bulky, making it practical for constant carry during long, unpredictable situations where weight becomes a real factor. Under recoil, the pistol stays surprisingly flat and controlled, allowing rapid follow-up shots even when fatigue and stress begin affecting accuracy. The trigger offers a clean, consistent pull that encourages confident defensive shooting instead of hesitation. But what truly separates the Arex from many modern handguns is simplicity combined with toughness. The slide cycles with solid mechanical confidence, and the overall design avoids unnecessary complications that can become liabilities during extended hard use. In a wartime environment where maintenance opportunities may disappear and conditions turn brutal quickly, that reliability becomes priceless. The Arex Delta Gen 2M may not carry the loud reputation of bigger brands, but in a survival-driven world, dependable performance matters far more than hype. Number 6. Kimber K6s DASA. The Kimber K6s DASA is the kind of revolver people underestimate until conditions become truly desperate. If war started tomorrow and daily survival turned unpredictable, this compact wheel gun would suddenly make a lot more sense than many modern handguns overloaded with complexity. Built from stainless steel and chambered in taut .357 Magnum, the K6s DASA combines brutal defensive power with the kind of reliability revolvers are famous for. The 6-round capacity already gives it an edge over many traditional snub-nose revolvers, but the real strength lies in control. The double-action trigger feels incredibly smooth, while the single-action mode delivers sharp, deliberate precision when accurate shots matter most. Under recoil, the steel frame absorbs punishment surprisingly well for such a compact firearm, allowing faster recovery between shots than most people expect. But what makes the K6s DASA valuable in a wartime scenario is simplicity under pressure. No magazines to lose. No slide malfunctions during awkward shooting positions. Just immediate, mechanical certainty every time the trigger breaks. In chaotic situations where stress destroys fine motor skills, the Kimber K6 DASA becomes a powerful reminder that old-school reliability still has a deadly place in modern survival. Number 5. Glock 17 Gen 5. The Glock 17 Gen 5 was practically built for scenarios where survival becomes more important than comfort. If war started tomorrow, this pistol would immediately rise to the top because it combines high-capacity, battlefield-level reliability and simplicity in a package trusted worldwide. For decades, military units, law enforcement agencies, and defensive shooters have relied on the Glock 17 because it keeps functioning under abuse that destroys weaker firearms. The Gen 5 version refined that reputation even further with a smoother trigger, improved barrel accuracy, and a redesigned grip that feels more natural during extended shooting. The full-size frame helps control recoil exceptionally well, allowing fast and accurate follow-up shots even under intense pressure. 17 rounds of 9mm also provide serious fighting capability before reloads become necessary, which matters when resources or spare magazines may be limited. But what truly makes the Glock 17 Gen 5 valuable in a wartime environment is consistency. Dirt, rain, mud, rough handling, exhaustion. It continues working through conditions where panic starts breaking people mentally. In uncertain times, Americans wouldn't need flashy pistols or complicated systems. They would need firearms that work every single time without excuses. That is exactly why the Glock 17 Gen 5 remains one of the most trusted fighting handguns on Earth. Number 4. Beretta PX4 Storm Compact. The Beretta PX4 Storm Compact feels like a pistol engineered for chaos. If war started tomorrow, recoil control, durability, and long-term reliability would matter far more than flashy trends, and the PX4 Storm Compact quietly excels in all three areas. Unlike most modern pistols, the PX4 uses a rotating barrel system that changes the entire shooting experience. Instead of sharp muzzle snap, recoil feels smoother and more controlled, allowing faster follow-up shots when adrenaline and exhaustion start affecting accuracy. That advantage becomes critical in survival situations where every shot may count. The compact frame keeps the pistol practical for constant carry, while still large enough to fight confidently in close-quarters defensive encounters. The controls feel solid and deliberate, and the double-action, single-action system rewards disciplined shooting under pressure. But what truly makes the PX4 valuable in a wartime scenario is reliability through harsh conditions. Beretta designed this platform to survive heavy use, rough handling, and extended firing schedules without becoming fragile or temperamental. In a collapsing world where maintenance opportunities may disappear, that mechanical confidence becomes priceless. The PX4 Storm Compact may not dominate internet hype, But if survival became reality overnight, this pistol would quickly prove why dependable engineering always outlasts trends. Number 3. Colt Python 4.25. The Colt Python 4.25 represents something most modern survival handguns have lost: pure mechanical authority. If war started tomorrow and uncertainty spread fast, the Python would become the kind of revolver people trust when they can't afford hesitation or malfunction. Chambered in .357 Magnum, this revolver delivers devastating stopping power with every trigger pull, and the 4.25-inch barrel creates a perfect balance between maneuverability and accuracy. The polished steel frame feels incredibly solid, almost like the revolver was carved from a single block of metal built to survive generations of hard use. Under recoil, the Python stays smoother and more controlled than most Magnum revolvers, allowing accurate follow-up shots even in high-pressure situations. The trigger is where this firearm becomes truly elite. The double-action pull glides with remarkable smoothness, while the single-action brake feels razor-sharp and precise. But what makes the Python valuable during wartime isn't luxury, it's certainty. Revolvers don't rely on magazine springs, slide velocity, or complicated feeding systems to function. When stress destroys fine motor skills and conditions become ugly, simplicity matters. In a world suddenly consumed by chaos, the Colt Python 4.25 would remain exactly what it has always been: a brutally dependable fighting revolver built to endure. Number 2. Shadow Systems DR920. The Shadow Systems DR920 feels like a pistol designed specifically for modern conflict. If war started tomorrow, people wouldn't care about flashy branding or internet hype. They would need firearms capable of surviving brutal use while delivering fast, accurate fire under pressure. That's exactly where the DR920 becomes incredibly dangerous. Built around a combat-focused design philosophy, this pistol takes the reliability of proven striker-fired platforms and pushes performance into a much more aggressive category. The frame ergonomics lock naturally into the hand, giving shooters exceptional control during rapid defensive shooting, while the slide design helps the pistol track flatter under recoil. The trigger feels crisp and responsive, encouraging quick follow-up shots when hesitation could become fatal. But what truly separates the DR920 in a wartime scenario is durability combined with tactical adaptability. The optics-ready system allows faster target acquisition, and the overall construction feels engineered for heavy firing schedules, rough handling, and harsh conditions. This isn't a fragile competition gun pretending to be tactical. It feels like a real fighting pistol built for survival situations. In uncertain times, where reliability and performance matter more than comfort, the Shadow Systems DR920 stands out as the kind of handgun Americans could depend on when the world suddenly turns violent. Number 1. Shadow Systems CR920XL. The Shadow Systems CR920XL proves that survival pistols don't need to be oversized to remain deadly effective. If war started tomorrow, mobility would become one of the most important advantages a person could have, and that's exactly where the CR920XL dominates. This handgun combines deep concealment practicality with the kind of shootability normally expected from larger fighting pistols. The extended slide and refined recoil system help the gun stay surprisingly flat during rapid fire, allowing accurate follow-up shots even under stress and fatigue. The aggressive grip texture locks the pistol firmly into the hand, while the trigger delivers a crisp, fast reset that encourages confident defensive shooting. But what truly makes the CR920XL valuable in a wartime environment is adaptability. It's small enough to carry constantly without becoming a burden, yet durable enough to survive extended hard use when resources become limited. The optics-ready slide also gives shooters faster target acquisition during chaotic defensive encounters. In a survival situation, a firearm only matters if it's actually with you when danger appears, and the CR920XL was built around exactly that philosophy. Compact, rugged, and highly capable, this pistol represents modern concealed firepower designed for a world where preparedness suddenly becomes reality. Outro. If war started tomorrow, fancy marketing and range day hype would disappear fast. The only guns that would matter are the ones that keep working when people are exhausted, scared, and fighting to survive. Every firearm on this list earned its place because of reliability, stopping power, durability, and real-world defensive capability under pressure. Some are compact survival tools, others are full-scale fighting handguns, but all of them are built for chaos. Now I want to hear from you. Which one would you trust if everything collapsed overnight? Drop your answer below, subscribe, and stay locked in for more cinematic firearm breakdowns.